And I'm really just trying to practice speaking coherently non-stop without any long pauses, because it's a pain in the ass to cut out in the editing process, which I cannot stand doing. I hate it even more because the main goal or point of my abnormal MF channel / method in general is that it's all entirely real. No exaggerations or bullshit or extra frills, filters, nothing. It's all just me doing random shit that I do on a daily basis to show that literally any physical activity will work to keep you in shape as long as you can do it consistently. And then of course the 8-hour eating window is pretty important too. And it's taken me this long to even talk about it at all, just because you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And I thought, apparently I'm wrong, that could walk the walk. There was no need for discussion or talk. So I thought showing people so they could visually see with their own eyes, there wouldn't be any need for me to talk about it, especially in this day and age where vast majority of everything we hear in the media is all talk. No doing whatsoever or walking whatsoever. You just gotta take it on faith, I guess. I don't know. Instead of arguing with someone about how fast they are to run, blah, 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 whatever. Well, I can run this fast, run this fast. And I've literally gotten into these, not arguments, but discussions with people. Like, oh, you can only run a mile in 6 minutes? I've done it in 5:50. I didn't like keep going back and forth with them. I was like, oh, cool. Well, there's a 10K next weekend. Let's go together. Like, oh, hell yeah, I'll go. We go together. And guess what? I whooped their freaking ass. This is actually a specific example of a friend of mine that used to run all the time. What is the benefit or point of exaggerating or lying about something that can easily be proven? Like a freaking foot race or a jog or a 5K. I just never understood that. Like, let's just stop the argument now and go run. Problem solved. This only happened, what, 3 times? I've won every time, but I wasn't like bragging, oh, in your face, afterwards, because there was no need for it. My time was lower than the other person's. There's no room for discussion. So I was kind of hoping that would be the case with just my general workout strategy and just honestly telling people what I do, providing evidence via short videos of what I do on a daily basis, and then the audience or whoever was watching decide for themselves if it was accurate or not. Clearly I was wrong, because I'm basically on year 2 of doing that to some extent, and my views have only gone down. Could be my problem, probably is a my problem, or algorithm thing that I'm just not appeasing, so I'll keep trying different methods. I'm just running out of ideas of what I could possibly do differently. Right now, fairly recent new thing is, our strategy is to have a sign on my freaking ass like that of my channel, Abnormal MF, and going for a 5-mile run and doing my normal ass thing that I always do when I run, which is just jog with my mouth closed, breathing through my nose the whole freaking way. I feel like a straight up badass doing it, because I don't know of anyone else that can do that, especially at my age. 38-year-old dude who looks pretty fit running. I mean, I'm not like sprinting or going super fast. It's maybe like 7-mile-per-hour pace at best, maybe like 8 when I'm going downhill, and then 5 when I'm going uphill, but it still has to look cool. I've been meaning to like record myself. It's basically impossible to do by myself. I've tried, because I hold the phone and run and record it, and it just looks like a jumbled shit. And you can't really record yourself running by putting the phone down. At least you can't get a close-up. If I put it somewhere, I just briefly run by it, and that proves nothing, because of course anyone can make it look like you're only breathing through their nose and not their mouth for whatever that 1 second is when you're close enough to see. I feel like the Terminator 2 or the T-1000 guy, metal liquid guy, because a couple of the scenes, robot obviously, and he's running after a car or something to try and catch it, but they want him to look like a robot, so he runs just with his mouth closed. And they try and make it look like he's sprinting, of course, so it looks pretty funny, very robotic like, and that's got to be exactly what I look like, except I'm not all out, although I can sprint, just breathing through my nose for like 10 or 15 seconds, assuming I have my breathe right strip on. That's definitely important. Last run I went on, for whatever reason, strip fell off that first mile, so I was like dying the rest of the way. I had to walk for a big portion of it. Definitely disappointed myself, but it makes that much of a difference for me, at least, with my, call it, deviated septum nose. Open up my airways, it helps the shit in terms of breathing better.